Kia ora, ko waimakarere tōku awa, ko AIA ki tōku moanga, ko onuku kōtu marae, ko nai tahu tōku iwi, ko Betsy tōku whaia, ko Warren tōku mātua, ko Flynn, Mia and Noah tōku tamariki, ko Ian tōku ingawa. Thank you very much for this invitation on, of course, Māori Language Week to come and be part of your conference. It is wonderful to hear the other te reo being spoken up on stage, and of course very important at every opportunity we have to be able to share our whānau and our roots and our connections back to this land of Aotearoa. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and also the opportunity, of course, to talk about my wellbeing, part of the AIA Vitality program. Very proud to be an ambassador. I'll talk about it a little bit later on, but it's a real privilege to be able to come and talk about what that wellbeing journey means to me and the wellbeing journey I have been on since the days when I was a young rugby player to my retirement. Some of the struggles, of course, via retirement from playing professional sport for a good chunk of my life to where it has led me now. This, of course, may be completely different, of course, to other people's wellbeing journeys in this room. And that, of course, is completely okay, because what drives me, what is my purpose and my whānau's purpose in life will be completely different to what drives other people in the room. And that, I guess, is the most important, or one of the most important things we need to talk about. But wellbeing to me, very, very simply, for me, it's ensuring that all my buckets in my life are full, balanced, and even. That is my family, of course, which is very, very important to all of us. My relationship with my wife, we all know the saying there, so that there's a standalone bucket in most of our situations, and I'm no different to anyone else. I've worked that out over some time. Of course, our relationship with friends is really, really important. We have mixed genders, of course, in this room, but blokes need to spend time with blokes, talking the BS with blokes and solving world problems with blokes. I think that is really, really important. It is okay to have a beer with a couple of guys after work or after training, or to talk some, as I said, BS. That is really important to us, and I've been very, very lucky and fortunate to have a very, very good group of friends I do a lot of training with and spend a lot of time with, that we celebrate and we chat about what happens in our week. And I think that's very important to me, and it's one of the buckets I talk about. Fitness is really, really important to me. It's important to me that I have a feeling of always being fit, always being capable of taking on a challenge that comes my way. We talked about Ironman, God Zone, all of these events I do. I do that because I can, and one day I won't be able to. So that's why it's so important to me. Community is really important to me. It's another bucket that needs to be full. It's a real privilege to live in the community that I live in, and I want to touch very quickly on community soon. And the other thing that fills my buckets and just makes me so amazingly good in the morning is other people's success. What we saw from the St. Thomas Kapa Haka group, these young Kiwis getting up here on stage and performing Kapa Haka, absolutely fills me with so much pride. So success isn't about just what success to you and your whānau. I get so much success on when other people achieve, and they were incredible what I saw there. So I get happiness from doing that as well. If I get all these things right, of course, if we get those buckets in our life in sync and my whānau and my family driving in the right direction, it's good for all of us. When we get out of sync, for me and that wellbeing buckets, we start going backwards. It's not good for any of us. So that is why, for me, those buckets are so important. I touched on community, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit today, because community and giving back actually drives me and my family. Late last year, driven a lot by my incredible wife, I must say, we started a community food kitchen on the North Shore of Auckland. We call it Eddie's Meals. It's no relevance really what Eddie's is, just that I've been part of a fitness swimming group for the last sort of 15, 16 years called Eddie's Eels. We do a lot of cycling together, and we call ourselves Eddie's Wheels. We are very, very keen fishermen. We have a group called Eddie's Reels. You know, we're the theme part of what we do is we donate a lot of food and clothes, started with shoes, so that's called Eddie's Heels, which is why we call our community food kitchens Eddie's Meals, and that's exactly what it is. And the reason why we started, firstly, my wife Janine is a nurse, so she sees hardship and loneliness every day of her life. What incredible people nurses are. They are amazingly inspirational people, and we wanted to share our blessings with our community. We've been very, very lucky in life. We got a great marriage. We got, at times, very good kids. We have good health. We live in a really nice part of Auckland. So we'd fulfilled a lot of great achievements in life. We had to share that with our community. And by sharing that with our community, we get, and our friends, our volunteers, get so much more in return. And it is an incredible feeling to be able to give and then receive the experience of those people that walk into our door every Friday night. At Rosemary College on the North Shore of Auckland, we serve somewhere between 40 and 50 people every Friday night, never quite knowing who's going to turn up, but we do know the people that turn up on that particular Friday night are the ones that need us and ones that want to share with us a good conversation, a very good meal, and we in turn get what they can offer us, which is their experience in life. Now, we managed to do that, and everyone in this room are busy, busy people. My wife works full-time and studies full-time. I got a few things on the go. We got 3 kids that demand a lot of time, and everyone is busy in life. Everyone can make up an excuse why you are so busy, but we can do all of these things because we prioritize it. We think it's really, really important that we spend time with our community. We spend time with our family. We spend time, for me personally, training, because that is really important to me, those buckets we talked about. So I've learned myself over time, and I know there's some people in here with a lot more experience than a young fella like me, but I've found over time that I don't overload myself with commitments. I know my limits, and there are plenty of limits in my life, and I just don't overlap things, so I can prioritise what is really important to me, which is, for one of the things, community Eddie meals. The other thing which is really important to me, which has started my health and wellness journey, was fitness. I played professional rugby. I played rugby all my life, finished when I was 35 years of age, came back in 2004, and I came back in the last 6 months of my professional career. I started dreaming about this life where I never had to train. I could do what I want. No one could tell me exactly what to do. And I did that for about 4 months and felt absolutely rubbish. Physically, I felt rubbish. Mentally, I wasn't in a good space. No doubt I've been away for the last kind of 10 years of our marriage with my wife Janine, and all of a sudden I was at home. And you know what, when you've got another kid in the house, it just disrupts the whole flow of the house. And for me, I just had to get back out and feel good. I had to get back out and do some training. I had to spend some time by myself doing some fitness work, clearing my head, which in turn made the life at home so much better. So that's where my health and wellbeing journey started, and has continued to this very day with some of the activities that I take part. That then led me to this wonderful opportunity, what I just kind of mentioned at the very end, which is this AIA Vitality Ambassador. AIA, of course, and if you guys haven't signed up, it's certainly well worth you guys taking a look at it. I encourage you to do so, the Vitality, because it's based on a lot of the pillars you guys talk about as well. The eating well, very important, planning well, which is very important to this room, moving well, which is really important to me, and thinking well, which is kind of what we're talking about right at the moment. So that really good broadband of what we're trying to do. And I guess it's the other thing we talk about with the Vitality, that we're not changing the world. I know myself and Nick Stanhope are pretty similar. We're both competitive people. He's a visionary, I'm a dreamer. But we don't want people to kind of change the world overnight. We want people, encourage you and your customers to change one thing at a time. Drink more during the week. Walk a little bit more during the week. Volunteer if you can. Get out and sleep a little bit more if you can. They're the Vitality principles that we kind of want to talk about. I want you to encourage about. So we often say we've got to dream big, and we are big dreamers in this room, but we've got to think small as well to start. So that is where I started my health and wellbeing program. This is where I finished up as a Vitality Ambassador. I'm going to just finish you on one last thing, which starts my week on an absolute high each and every week as being a Vitality customer. When I complete my goal during the week, I get rewarded for it. Fantastic rewards, but my rewards, because I don't need the $5 Air New Zealand voucher or the $5 form voucher or the $5 gift card, I give my $5 to the Mental Health Foundation, and that starts me on a Monday morning right at the very top of the tree where I can stay. So that to me is one of the strong benefits of the Vitality program. I'm very proud, as I said, to be an AIA Vitality Ambassador, and thank you very much for your time.